I'm Sam, and I'm here with Jim, and we're doing a bit of a tour of the diocese for this homegrown conference to come and see what is happening around our diocese in what we keep being told are unprecedented times. I'm starting here at St Wilfrid's in Blackburn, one of our 200 church schools, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've been up to. Great to be in the chapel here with Sarah Stamford. Thanks, Sarah, for having us. And our school is a completely different environment to so many things that we'd be used to. And I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about how you've been finding it at the moment. So let's start with an easy one, hopefully. What has been bringing you joy about being in school in the current circumstances?
I think what's been bringing us real joy is the fact that we've actually got majority of the students back in our buildings, because obviously during that COVID time of lockdown they were scattered around the neighbourhood, and the fact that we can actually bring them back into the place where we can nurture them, guide them, love them, live with them, and all of the other fun things that come with being in a building with 1,500 students.
Is there anything that you are grieving at the moment? Is there anything that you have lost that you wish could come back, or that may never come back?
I think we just lost the freedom, and the freedom to make your own choices when you want to make them. And, those constraints on people's lives is massive. And I also I think what this time has really highlighted is the vulnerability that we've got out there in our communities as well. And those people that are suffering out there on their own, and we just haven't got that same ability to go out and support them.
Jonathan, it's brilliant to be able to talk to the chaplain, because as we all know, chaplains are the only people who actually know what's going on in an institution. So what is going on? How are the kids finding it at the moment?
I think in terms of when I'm speaking to students, it's like, first of all, address that things are different. They are not as normal as you think they might be. I've got the benefit of a child in year 7, is my son, who comes here. So it's almost explaining to him that this is not normal. What we're going through at the moment isn't normal. And we're all just accepting it, hopefully, and addressing it, that things are different to what we were used to. There's not that comfort anymore. But with that, there's a new layout, there's a new land, and we can chart our terrain through it. So really it's an opportunity to try something new and something different. So some students are finding it a little bit easier, the ones that are a little bit more laid back. But I've found that students are really, really resilient, and they go with the flow. So I think they're doing quite well overall.
Brilliant. Now, you mentioned that you're being able to do lots of new things as well. That's encouraging to hear. Can you give us some examples of that?
So our pattern is, what we're looking at is trying to find different opportunities for students at St Wilfrid's to serve. So when we read in the Bible, Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. And we're trying to create that as a model for our students. So for instance, instead of me producing all the worship material, we get year 7s who come into the chapel, this area, on a Monday, and they're helping with memory verses, and they're helping writing prayers. And because we use the technology, they can record them on their iPads, they can airdrop them to me, and I can edit them. So that's one opportunity. We also meet with the year 8s on a Friday, and they're in charge of leading on the compassion. We call them Compassion 8 because they're year 8, and they help us to, with our sponsor children.
Nice.
We sponsor 5 children from Compassion, and we've done that for a few years now. And they get to drive that and lead that and inform the rest of the students about our work.
Obviously, one of the things about the school is that it'll look quite different. What have you had to put in place?
Well, let me just take you through here, and I'll show you some of the conversions that have happened within the academy. So obviously we've got a responsibility to wash our hands, so here we are. You can have your own interpretation of what this could be converted in at Christmas, but right now it is a new standalone area. So we've got students who will come in here, start a day, break time, lunch time, wash their hands. So that's one thing that's definitely changed. And then of course there's this building over here, and well, let me show you in here, because this is the space that we've created, that unfortunately if somebody was to test positive, or more to the point have symptoms, then we would say if you'd like to just go in there, and we'll ring your parents and ask them to take you for a test.
Right. Okay. Well, good luck getting hold of my parents. But Sarah, thank you very much. It's been a joy, and I look forward to getting out of St Wilfrid's eventually. Thanks very much.
How was that, Sam?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Getting 1,800 teenagers to do what they're told, let alone wash, isn't the easiest job in the world. But they seem to be doing it and doing their best and doing it in a heart of service. So, yeah, I was happy to have been there, and we'll keep praying for them as they struggle through these times.
We're off somewhere else now. Where are we going?
Yeah, so now we're heading off to Burnley, where a food bank came out of one of our priest's trunks in his car. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like now.